Good morning, I am Brian Carpenter, and welcome to This Weekend High School Sports. Good morning, I am Brian Carpenter, sports editor of the Meriden Record-Journal, alongside my man Pete Paguaga. Pete, I'm glad you got the fashion memo. We're wearing green today.
Wanted to look very festive.
Very festive. How were your holidays in Long Island?
It was good. It was nice to go home, but once the holidays were over, I was getting itched to get back into the gym and the ring, to be honest. So
I'm glad, because I didn't. Just kidding. Just kidding. We're back, and it's been a snowy, cold week. We only had 2 days of action.
Yeah. We saw they were good games, though. I mean, if we were going to pick 4 games, they were definitely the best 4 to go to.
We did. We got some basketball, some hockey. And unfortunately, the Lyman Hall Sheehan doubleheader we were lined up to do on Thursday got bumped to Saturday, but we're on it.
Yeah, we'll be there the whole night. Maybe even, depending on how it goes, maybe we'll even get a cool half-court shot like we did last year.
You never know. You never know what can happen in that game. Hey, I just have to say thank you again to our All-Record Journal offensive lineman. I was able to join you here today, Pete, to do the shoot because I called up our All-Record Journal offensive lineman, J.J. Clark, Andre Barnes, Andrew McClure, Dan Covell, and Steve Zaniski to shovel my driveway. My snowblower was giving me trouble.
You didn't want to send them to my house?
Well, I guess
I do it all by myself.
Early bird gets the lineman. I gave him a call, man, and they came and they brought one of those blocking sleds. They just put a plow in the front and they just pushed it right down the driveway. The snow trucks from my town weren't happy about it, but those guys cleared the driveway mighty fast. So, without further ado, we are here to bring you what action we did get to, courtesy of Pete. And if correct me if I'm wrong, but we started our week up double dipping with hockey. Yeah,
it was a wild Wednesday night for our local hockey teams. First we got to start with the Sheehan game. The Titans have been on fire.
Yes.
I mean, Joe Boyle nailed it on the head at the beginning of the year. He said, "Watch out for the Titans," and he wasn't wrong. I think they're 5-0 now.
They are 5-0. The team men.
And playing the RedHawks up from Norwich, nice little co-op, and they were a good team. They actually came out. They scored first in the first period, but Sheehan didn't back down, and they jumped ahead, and they took the winner in overtime with by Joey Romano.
Joe Romano, that's right.
Joe just featured about a week ago.
Yes.
Him and his brother Anthony, and with 47 seconds left, it was really coming down that there was a good chance that it was going to be a tie, which no one likes ties. And Sheehan had their chances. They had a power play late in the overtime. They weren't able to capitalize. Norwich played well, and Romano was able to corral the puck in front and get around the goalie and kind of just slam it home, and then it was just chaos.
You got yes, it was chaos. 5-0 Titans. You got it was a nice shot you got of Joe Romano's game winner. I really like the way he created space for himself in a very tight space. Talk about making people miss in a phone booth. Really some good skating, very little deft strokes to create space to get that shot off.
Yeah, it was really impressive. I mean, and he's a freshman.
He's a freshman.
I mean, he's been absolutely unbelievable this year, him and his brother. Sheehan, they're getting a lot of, contributions from freshmen, which you don't see. I mean, even Luke Festa, he tied the game in the first period with his first goal. He was very excited after that. And even Tyler Jackson, when Norwich tied it up at 2-2, he scored after Romano scored his first goal of the game, which was the second goal. And then Tyler Jackson took the puck, wrapped around in front, and roofed it past the goalie. So this team doesn't quit. They don't. They're not going to back down if they get hit. Tyler Robinson played great net, 25 saves. It was one of those games where you kind of look and you go, they didn't come out and blow them out. They didn't get blown out, but they faced a deficit. They fought back, and that's, those are the teams that go far.
Absolutely, because they learn how to play in tight games when it's high-pressure situations. Up in Division II, Cheshire went up against Watertown-Pomperaug, which, as you say, looks like the team to beat this year in D2.
Yeah, I mean, Watertown-Pomperaug was in the D2 finals last year, lost to a very good Guilford game in a back-to-back game. I was there for that one. And, Cheshire had their chances. They just weren't able to score. I mean, sometimes you just run into a hot goalie, and Ryan Fleming for Watertown-Pomperaug was that. I mean, Cheshire had their chances. They just couldn't capitalize. And Cheshire played well themselves. Nick Marangola played excellent in that. He led in one good goal at the beginning. I mean, it was a very impressive goal by Watertown.
Top shelfer, right?
Yeah, and that was it. I mean, it was a very good hockey game. Cheshire, I think, would like a couple of more chances, or maybe to capitalize on some of their power plays. But I mean, they're two of the best teams in Division II going at it, and 1-0 game is nothing to hang your head on. Obviously, Cheshire would like to have a couple of things back, but it's just the way it is. It's a regular season. You're getting these kinks out now, and to play a tight 1-0 game, might help them down the road.
Yeah. Well, a little 2-game offensive funk for Cheshire. We'll see today if they can break out of it against East Haven down at the Lungo Rink. Jumpin' Joe Boyle, our hockey man, is going to be down there. If you haven't listened to his podcast, by the way, on myrecordjournal.com, please do. Joe puts a lot of time and effort and takes pride in it, and so do we. Hey, listen, we're going to take a break from our highlights show. A little message from our sponsor, Gaylord Specialty Care. I'd like to wish a happy new year to our friends down at Gaylord. We're very happy to have Gaylord Specialty Care aboard as our presenting sponsor for This Week in High School Sports. All right, enough. I know you're a big hockey guy, Pete. We're going to move out of the rink into the basketball court. You double-dipped on Tuesday with two boys basketball games starting over at Cheshire where the Rams hosted Amity.
Yeah, that was quite the close game. It was low scoring. Amity won 40-38, but it was an exciting atmosphere. Two good teams in the SEC.
Amity's undefeated,
and Tyler Thompson is an unbelievable player. Everyone was talking about him. Even Jim Calhoun was in attendance, so I wasn't the only one.
Jim Calhoun, who will be guest speaker at the Best of the Bunch Awards brunch. How can we not?
Perfect segue.
But Jim was there, huh?
Yeah, Jim was there. He was hanging out, was watching the game, seemed to enjoy it.
You know what? He's with St. Joe's now, so he's searching for talent.
Exactly. So Cheshire. They kept it tight, played well, had a chance at the end.
Yeah.
They didn't convert on a three-pointer. They fouled. One was hit. They had a chance for the long-distance shot. Didn't go, but Cheshire played well. It was good to see Ben DiLabella played well again, and even Will Grakowski was hitting a bunch of threes. So
Will.
They played well. They're going to take a lot from this game, I would think, and they played well with a really good Amity team.
And Dan Lee's been coaching long enough. He really prepares his kids well. And they're going to compete. Yep. They're going to win their share of games. We'll see next time if Cheshire doesn't catch Amity and perhaps knock them from the ranks of the undefeated. That same night, Pete, then you went over to Lyman Hall.
Yeah.
Snaked your way through the back rows to see the Trojans come back against Jonathan Law, right?
Oh, my God. I mean, what's not to like about this Lyman Hall team? Yeah, Kevin Ranson, who's unbelievable. I mean, I think he's been the best player in our area so far this year.
Nice personality, too.
Great kid, very fun, nice guy, good soccer player, all RJ soccer, all RJ basketball. And, he scored 2 points in the first half and then scores 19 in the second half to lead the victory. There's nothing you can't like about this Lyman Hall team. Shakespeare Rodriguez, Austin Ruiz, Pat Doherty, who is just gritty as anything, just in the lanes, getting rebounds, maybe hanging a couple of bows, but he's getting those rebounds. He's playing that gritty position, and then big shout out to Cam Regan, who seemed like he had 1,000 rebounds in the first half.
1,002 actually.
He, Kevin, like we said, scored 2 points in the first half. It was really Cam. He had 19 and 15. It was really Cam who kept him in the game in the first half, and he scored a lot of points down at the end of the first half when Law was hitting a lot of threes. Law's long game was working. They were hitting threes, even with guys in their face. And Cam was battling down low, offensive boards, putbacks, taking the ball in the lane, going up. And he really kept them in the game. Big shout out to Cam Regan for keeping Lyman Hall in the game. And then Kevin got going in the second half. But you could even tell with Law in the first half, like Kevin, he normally brings up the ball and kind of facilitates the offense. He was drawing a lot of coverage.
Were they throwing a junk defense at him like a box on one?
Yeah, it was like they were trying to keep him off the ball, and so Shakespeare actually brought up the ball In the second half, they tried to get Kevin open. I guess it didn't work, but the adjustments they made in the second half really obviously worked out.
There you go. And the Trojans are 4-1, which is the record they take in tonight's game with Sheehan. Sheehan is also coming off a win over Shelton on Tuesday night. They are 2-2. Hey, how about their guy Jack McDonald? Talk about freshman. The dude had 27 points the other night against Shelton. Freshman.
Yeah.
So the Lyman Hall Sheehan game will be there tonight. You'll be there, Pete.
Yep, I'll be at both games.
Dress in layers tonight.
Of course.
Lyman Hall and Sheehan, the boys kick off the game at 5:30. The girls follow about 7:30. The Lyman Hall girls are 4-3. Kaylee Lipka averaging 16 points. The Sheehan girls are 3-2. Liv Robles and Lexia Casio both averaging 13.8. I guarantee you both these games are going to be good ones.
I'm excited. It's always great when they get through. You know that the old adage, like, oh, when rivals meet, throw the record books out the window. It's super cheesy, but
it's super true in this game.
Exactly. It's going to be a fun one. The atmospheres are great. Got the Wob Mob and the Titan Pit, and the stands are going to be packed. So it should be a good one. I'm excited. I mean, I wish it was a little earlier during the day, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, that's because Pete's going to see the Islanders on Sunday. Well, but Pete will be there. We'll be there. I know you'll be there. If not, scratch your plans and go check out Lyman Hall Sheehan doubleheader. A lot of other games, too, because a lot of teams postponed on Friday have moved to Saturday. So we'll be back next week with a full plate of highlights. For now, Brian Carpenter, Pete Paguago, thank you for joining us for This Week in High School Sports, presented by Gaylord Specialty Care.